Hey guys, Mr. Kreider again. Let's do 1.3. Big ideas. Talked about these enough. They're here on every slide. Make sure you know them. So, topic 1.3, the power of geographic data. This one's going to be pretty quick. Let's get through it. So, learning objectives. You should be able to explain the geographic effects of decisions made using geographical information. Really, what does this mean is like, why are things kind of put where they are and how are those decisions made? Let me throw this down. Try that. So, geospatial and geographic data, including census data and satellite imagery, are used at all scales for personal, business, and organizational and government decision making purposes. So, geospatial data is data that has a geographic component to it: addresses, zip codes, coordinates, maps that have information on them. So, through the census data, we talked about this, the process of acquiring and recording information about the members of a given population. The United States does it every 10 years. Typically, we do where people live, languages spoken, amount of family members, that kind of stuff. We do it every years, 2020, 2030, 2010, 2000. It's every 10 years. It's pretty straightforward. Satellite imagery is satellite images. Personal use. Where is something? We use this all the time for Google Maps. We use it for Google Maps when we're trying to get locations on your phones, transportation, all this kind of stuff. Overlays data for you to look at stuff. It's all geographic data for personal use. What do businesses use it for and organizations? How to plan things out. Access to highways, units possible, buildings, all this stuff kind of gives businesses an idea of where kind of houses should be or buildings and that kind of stuff. And then governmental decisions. U.S. Census data for 2000. I didn't pull 2010s. I just pulled 2000s. The data was actually easier to get a hold of. This tells you Moreno Valley, our total population, our number of housing units, square mileage, density, housing units per square mile. This tells you whether kind of what's going on and where the money should be spent for government. So as the government kind of as the federal government kind of looks at where to spend money, they look at census data, kind of figure that part out. And the decision making is if the population, if there's 2,800 people in Moreno Valley per every square mile, and we have a population of 142,000, but only 41,000 housing units, maybe Moreno Valley needs more housing. Or maybe we have just enough housing and we're done, and maybe we need to start building more business opportunities. So Moreno Valley city government will use this data to kind of understand where things are. Or let's say that there is an average 810 houses or kind of housing units per square mile. Let's say there's a part of town that only has 200. Well, now we know it's being underutilized for something. And now they could probably build houses there or apartments. Or maybe there's an area of town that has 2,000 housing units per that 1 square mile. And they know, well, that area is heavily impacted. So we need to put more resources into that area because there's more people living there. That kind of data is how governments make decisions using geographical data. And I told you it was quick because we are done. And I don't know why it's looping.